about me, I'm cool. All I need is me and my crew. Feeling like I'm brand new.
When the host called my name, I walked out onto stage in front of 3,000 eager people who were eager and ready to hear what Karness had to say at P4CM's rhetoric. I walked slowly, head down, as if the microphone was the electric chair I was preparing to die to self. I stood there, said a quick prayer, looked up, and realized that only 2,999 people were there. And as I prepared to spit, rubbed my hands together real quick, took a deep breath, only two things were going through my head. Do not jack this poem up. And where's my father? My father has never seen me perform. Over the last few months, we had been chopping it up about how long it's been since we've seen each other, 10 years. And how a lot has happened since he got locked up upstate. But how if I booked his ticket to this show, that it would be a trip that he would take. So I stood there, trying not to look at the empty seat next to my girlfriend where you would have sat, standing in front of 2,999 people, trying not to crack. I sniffed back tears the way you sniffed back promises, thinking maybe if I just close my eyes and take a deep breath, you would just magically appear. You weren't always like this. I remember when you pushed me to play football. How even though I never really wanted to play, I still wanted to make you proud. Not realizing that you were never really cheering for me, but you were cheering for yourself because you were living your dream through me vicariously in the crowd. So when I took an illegal hit to the back of my neck and the left side of my body went numb and I woke up in the hospital, the only thing I saw on your face was a loss of respect. That was the last time that my father had ever seen me perform. Snap back to reality. Oh, there goes gravity. On the stage, still waiting for my daddy. That pause between me rubbing my hands together and opening my mouth was me warming up to what your next excuse was gonna be. I got work to do. You ain't got no job, Tommy. How about I didn't want to look into your eyes and feel the conviction of how I cracked out your dead mommy? How about the truth? How about your dreams went out the window the day I decided to pick up a pen after the doctor told me I may never have full use of my neck again, so I stand here in front of 2,999 people and one empty seat filled with another broken promise, and finally it clicked. That you are the reason that I pray before I go on stage. Because every church that I rock, every open mic that I hit, I used to always pray that my father would be with me when I spit it. Even though my father never showed up, my father always showed up. I just didn't see him. Even though my father never showed up, my father always showed up. I just didn't see him. Even when I was an atheist and I didn't believe him, he would be standing on the backstage of my mind, the teleprompter, in case my tongue got fumbleitis, the conductor for the orchestra that is my words, the proud father in the audience that screamed, "You got it, poet. You can do it, champ. Get up off this grass and give this game your step." I just wish I could stop substituting your voice for God's every time you tried to speak to me about what poem to do. The poem that I was supposed to do tonight was supposed to be about you. It was called Paper Airplanes, but I let that idea crash and burn when I told myself that I did not want to talk about my domestic childhood and embarrass you. So as I stand here in front of 2,999 people, playing Jacob and Esau with which poem to give the blessing to, all I could think about is asking the Lord to forgive me for saying that my father has never seen me perform, because for the first time in my life, I'm proud to have my father living vicariously through me. And maybe the reason that my dad has never seen me perform is because the seat was already occupied by a father who was actually... And maybe the reason that my dad has never seen me perform was because his seat was already taken by a father who was finally proud of his son.
Come away with me, I got a place